their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. The biggest message to his team in the locker room is communicate and execute. In this situation, they're trying to separate themselves in the conference race. The Big Ten is so loaded, but on the road, it is going to be tough in this hostile environment. Over-communication at the line of scrimmage and executing every play, particularly on this opening script, that is their focus here after kickoff. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cuts it upfield. It's Blaylock. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. We have a new #1 team in the nation this week. Guys, they've made it to the mountaintop, and usually that just means now everybody's shooting at you.
I think a lot of people are waiting to see is how they wear this #1, if they change it all moving forward. But, David, talking to their players this week, they were saying they knew they were the #1 team before the season even started. Everybody else is just figuring that out now.
Yeah, and you got to love the confidence of this squad and going out and earning that #1 ranking. But it's another thing completely to keep it and to continue to have that edge and that hunger. We'll see if they can do it.
The Sooners, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Hands it off. He breaks a tackle. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be an 8-yard loss.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Ready, go.
He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Taken down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Moving to his left. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up 4th.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Blue, 22, move.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. Makes the grab over the middle. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
And the Sooners have this offense rolling.
Ready. Right 80.
The give. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. On the move. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Trying to make magic on the scramble. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
And I know he tucked that thing, and he got some good yards, but as a defense, that's exactly why you're so thankful to be in 3rd and long. You're backed up. You're taking away the passing game. No explosive plays. He takes off and run. He chews up some yardage, but you do what you're supposed to do. You throw that fist in the air, and you force the 4th down.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Keeps it himself. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a 4th down conversion.
And that's just how they drew it up. Nice job by the QB. Listen, 4th and short, this is a tough situation. You want to keep it as a quarterback. He makes the right read. They stick their foot in the ground, and they get the 1st down. Not by much, but they get a new set of downs.
Motion from the back. Taylor wants to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Runs through the tackle. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Well, it's no wonder this quarterback is getting more and more confident, not necessarily throwing it, but I think running it. You saw that earlier in this drive, too. On that last play, he's thinking to himself, man, it's been working for me so far. Every time I just tuck it, take off scrambling, something good seems to happen. So that's not going to stop. And I think moving forward, this defense has got to expect him to scramble more often.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12.
That is so deflating on defense, too, because in your own red zone, 3rd down, you need to make a stop. You know they're going to throw to the weapon at tight end, but it's one thing to draw it up on the blackboard. It's another thing to go execute and prevent that guy from catching the ball. He's so big. He's so athletic. You could have the perfect play call on, and he's still picking up the 1st.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Taylor wants to throw it. Out wide left, it's Blaylock. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. No score on the board as this offense has used its ball control to dominate here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down.
Ready? Blue 30. Move.
Caught. He gets it in. Touchdown Sooners. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bunch formation for these receivers. Out of the gun to give to the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. This matchup, 2 teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all, but only one can walk out of here with a dub.
Right, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff. And I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them, like, hey, we're the best in the country.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Turns into the pile.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game, and there's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
They kick it away on 4th down. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop you.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Sells to fake. Unloads it left. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Caught in the backfield, it's Bear. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game will just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because of what is riding on this game, David.
No doubt, the stakes, you don't get 1 versus 2 late in the season very often. So a chance to make a statement, a chance to prove you belong, a chance to really punch your ticket. Whoever wins, they're in the college football playoff.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. RPO complete. Oh, he's getting ahead of... Touchdown, Oregon! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. They'll take the penalty and move them back.
Great. Lily. Ready. Black 14. Black.
Keeps it on 1st down. There he goes. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Fights off a defender. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And I'm not surprised that they're giving him a touch early in this football game, too, because you've seen it throughout the season, man. Like, they trust their QB to run the football, especially in big-time situations. We'll see that throughout this football game. But he's already over 500 yards. Like, that's really good. So he's a weapon that they will use throughout the football game.
The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. Doing it himself again. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41.
Here we go. Go.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. The Ducks signal for their 1st timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, the ground game. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Smith wants to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or 2 miss and pick up the 1st down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Walker. Got enough for the 1st down. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll take it himself. He'll be stopped for no gain, and we're not far away from that whistle blowing to end festivities here in the first half. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30.
Ready. White. 29. White. 29.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Smith dropping to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Wants to go up top on second down. Fires to the wideout. With the catch, it's Robinson. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Rutgers, taking on the number 15 team, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And it's the Scarlet Knights, coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. The victory caps off a 6-6 regular season, and now the waiting game for a possible bowl invitation. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Now the toss. Turning it on. He's at the 50. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Grab behind the line. It's Walker. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
On the direct snap, it's Thomas. Rush right in his face. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Stopped right there.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Smith wants to throw. It's complete to the right. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. Trying to take it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Rides to the back, fighting off the defender. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
He'll do it himself. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking for space. It's Walker. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
They want to run this quarterback. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12.
Ready, sit.
Using his feet. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Oh, a double pass. Under pressure. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Going to try to get it himself. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one.
Here we go.
Motion from the wide receiver. Left side, it's Walker. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Going to the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Smith dropping to pass. They're working that left side. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The give. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. He's got 93 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Trying to get the corner. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. On third down, he drops to throw. Picked off, and this one could go all the way back.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win
it. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the front. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Motion from the wideout. Taylor wants to throw. Setting up the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Interesting play call there, right? You gave up a sack on the first play, so now these DNs are licking their chops, and you let them get a free rush at the quarterback because you've set up the screen. They're thinking, we're going to get back-to-back sacks. You just throw it right over top into the running back. You get some of those yards back now, at least giving you a chance here on third down.
They could really use a few yards here on third down because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They could really use a few yards here on third down because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Throws it off the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Turns it upfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They've got the lead here in the fourth. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Smith wants to throw. Release to the back. Got his man on the right. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
The Ducks come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout here. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds, and now the offense trying to score one late.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Rashad Downs going up top. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Swings it out to the flat. And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass inside the red zone. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quick give. Nowhere to go.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
3rd down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop. After that last incompletion setting up 4th down, do you...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Got to make the play on 4th. Lets it go to the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13.
Here we go.
The handoff. There he goes. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Man, he has been the definition of consistent all year long. You talk about building a team. You get a guy like this that you can hand the football, and he makes play after play after play. That's why he's number 2 in college football in rushing, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy picture. A running back in the Heisman Trophy picture. It's kind of been a dying element. This guy's very much in the race.
On the run, it's Walker. He's got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Sooners come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect